Welcome back. This is the Rolling Recruiting Roundup, and I am your host, Jasmine Weber, the Director of Marketing and Executive Recruiting here at Rolling. Our mission with this video series is to bring our network hiring insights, trends, and outside industry expertise to hopefully add value to your teams. If you did not catch our last video that we did this month, our lovely Director of Staffing Operations, Alexis Brady, made an appearance to discuss the importance of promoting your company's culture throughout the interview process and how to do that. So if you missed it, you're going to want to check it out. There were great actionable items to start putting into your interview process right away. And we're excited to continue that conversation. Alexis, thank you again for joining me this month.
It's such a pleasure. So happy to be here and talking
Always
about something
is.
like as incredibly critical as culture and how to actually hire for it. So happy to be here.
I love it. I think culture and values and promoting brands is near and dear to Rolling's heart. We talk about it every single day. That is, we live and breathe. So I'm super excited to dive into how we do this, promoting a brand and promoting their culture to job seekers and candidates throughout the interview process. I like to kick things off to Alexis. I think one thing that we put above all, and this kind of goes back to our values, which we talked about last time, is selling the company honestly, but still
Mhm.
keeping the candidates engaged. So, Lex, would love your thoughts on how to make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So the best thing is to be completely honest when you're interviewing somebody. There's nothing better than that. The reason somebody's looking for a new job is because they're not happy where they're at. You don't need to ask that. Like, why are you not happy where you're at would be the better question, right? So maybe saying, what are you looking for that would provide a better opportunity for you? What does your day to day look like, and how do you want to change that in a new company? What's most important to you when looking for a new company in terms of value and culture? Actually asking those questions. This is like a general recruiting training tip, but taking that information and bridging that between their answer and what our client has to offer. And if it
Yeah.
doesn't match, if you can't make a bridge, then don't do that. Then just say, I don't think this company would be a fit because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
just you can have that honest conversation with them. Like it may not be a fit. And that's a good thing because you want everyone to be happy. So we don't force it.
Yeah.
So if somebody's looking for a better opportunity in terms of, I would love to work, I want a stable company that is recession proof. That's awesome because this company is in this and this industry. And so because of their large client base, they're always going to be stable. And they've shown that in the past 30 years. Whatever that is, however you can build that gap in terms of values, that would be, I'm looking for a company that is a little bit smaller, where everybody's just down to earth and nobody talks down to me. Okay, awesome. Tell me your experiences with those values and why they're important to you as well. Dig and ask the questions, and that will help you to find out through honestly selling the company without really selling it, how that can be a fit. So selling the job really is just being open and honest about it and taking what they've said and bridging it to the actuality in terms of values of that job and that client. So it's not
Yeah.
super hard. You just have to do it.
It's not. And I think, like you said, most good recruiters just inherently do this. But I think there's also the piece of selling a company honestly on the challenges that come along
Yeah.
with the role too. Not to say I mean, again, we talked about last time, your recruiter's your hype man, right? I'm getting on a call to sell your company, and we're going to talk about the benefits, and we're going to talk about your great culture and the growth opportunities. But every candidate knows not every role is all butterflies and rainbows, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yes.
it's a market issue. Maybe it's not our culture sucks. Or
Yeah.
maybe it's, hey, in the hiring industry or in the recruiting industry, these are some of the roadblocks we're coming up against. There's a talent shortage. Most people are working that we're trying to recruit.
Yep.
Those are things that it's good to know the challenges that you're going to have.
Yeah.
It gets the right candidates usually excited
Hmm.
that they want to be able to combat a challenge, but it's
Hmm.
also realistic. So I think that
Yes.
honesty piece is huge in
Yeah.
terms of here's what's amazing about the job.
Yep.
here's some of the challenges that the industry
Yep.
faces or that
Yep.
the company's going through.
That's a
Go ahead.
great point too, in terms of bringing somebody into a new career. Because a lot of the trades in terms of skill set are interchangeable, or other types of
Mm,
professional services roles as well. People don't
yeah.
realize it. So when you're talking about a new industry, what is great, what sucks? Like in
Yep.
restoration, for example, that example comes to mind because it's an amazing opportunity. Like you can have a fantastic career, be stable financially. Like you are, it's no ceiling in terms of like where
Yeah.
you can go in the restoration industry. But guess what? For 2 years, you're dealing with fires and floods and sewage. Like nobody wants to dredge through sewage. But when it comes to building your career, like it's a phenomenal field. So is this something you want to do for now and grow it, or are you just absolutely not? This is not something I want to do. It's
Yeah.
not a hard
And I
conversation.
think tell them how your team overcame that, or tell them how someone in the industry that started in the sewage and
Mhm.
at level one is now a VP of
Yeah,
sales for their regional team.
yeah,
Tell them
yeah.
how your team is overcoming these challenges as well. And then it
Mhm.
gives them a realistic path that it's okay, this isn't floor one and I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
We can break through that. I love that. And speaking of that, I think utilizing your team,
Mhm.
whether it's the director, whether it's a peer that works alongside of them on projects, the more people on your team that you can involve in the hiring process, or at least let the hiring manager know and
Mhm.
understand, they're not only going to walk away with how this person needs to communicate with each different team member, or if it's more
Yep.
autonomous or whatever it is. But I think a huge piece as a recruiter is understanding personality types and how they communicate. Do they hate someone that's knocking on their door every day asking questions? Then you need
Mhm.
to ask a person if they're a self-taught learner. Those are things that are going to affect that onboarding process, how you like a candidate moving forward once they're on the team. So the more involved you can get your hiring manager, I think, on understanding each team member's personality and working style is going to help
Yeah.
right off the bat throughout the interview process as well. Any
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, and I think in addition to that beautiful thought is to communicate your values to the team members so that they can meet and interview candidates. How valuable is that when the person that what I mentioned last time, like that EOS based thing, the people you want to carbon copy, the people you want to clone because they're so amazing and they hit every single one of your values, say, hey, can you talk to this person for 5 minutes and give me
Yeah.
your thoughts on the values that we have when you talk to them? Here's a list of questions if you want to look at it real quick before you chat, but just get to know them a little bit. And who does that hurt? That's an
Yeah.
amazing thing.
Agreed. I think, again, it's like we said last time, if you've already got these people that are exuding your values, that also looks great to a candidate. What candidate doesn't want to know, oh, I love this person. I love what they're doing. I want to be more like them. That's only going to get them more excited about the job.
Mhm.
It's a win-win for recruiters,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
managers, candidates, you name it. So that wraps up the discussion for this month on
Awesome.
promoting culture and brand. Alexis, any last thoughts?
No, but I'm excited for the blooper reel. I'm very excited. No, I
This
do
month.
have thoughts, and it's that this is all just really important. And I'm very glad that we can express it in like a fun, educational way because it goes beyond just like us and our clients. It's
Yeah.
if you want to be successful when hiring, these are the things that are important. And you can be successful. You're not going to bat 1,000. Nobody does because people are people, but it's a great way to have less of a risk when you're hiring, when you
Yeah.
know what's important to you and interviewing on those things. So that and the blooper reel.
Oh, yeah. Blooper reel. Guys, get ready for it. But it's been great chatting with you. I hope this brought something to the table for our clients and our network again this week. But if you have questions, you know where to find us. We are both on LinkedIn or our website, rollink.com. Feel free to reach out if you guys have topics you want to hear us chat about, or you want to come join us for a conversation and give us your expertise. We would love to have it. So until next time, thanks again. We hope you guys have a great rest of your week.